Today is a National Day of celebration. May the 4th be with you! I stopped off at my local video store and I rented Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. I'm Kevin Porter and you're watching Video Rental Chaos. To all my fellow Star Wars fans out there, hello! And this episode is all about one of the greatest franchises in the history of cinema. So, I'm glad you got the invite from R2-D2 to join us for this very, very special episode. So buckle your drones up and let's jump right on into Star Wars: A New Hope. We begin this movie with the Galactic Empire hot on the tails of the Rebel Alliance, as the Rebels have stolen the secret plans to the Death Star. We are introduced to R2-D2 and C-3PO as the Rebels are scrambling to secure the ship. Darth Vader and his stormtroopers commandeer the ship as they are in search of Princess Leia. They found out that she was the one who stole the plans to the Death Star, so they want to kill her real bad. She is able to hide the plans with R2-D2. C-3PO and R2-D2 escape the rebel ship and head towards Tatooine. She is not so lucky as she is taken hostage by the Galactic Empire. Vader figures out what happens and sends a crew of stormtroopers down to recover the plans. After landing on Tatooine, R2-D2 and C-3PO have had enough of each other, as R2-D2 is on a mission to get Princess Leia's message to Obi-Wan Kenobi. Both are soon mistaken for junk as they are taken by the Jawa traders. The next day, they are both sold off to Uncle Owen and Luke Skywalker. Soon after bringing the droids home, Luke finds the message from Leia and thinks this Obi-Wan Kenobi might be related to some old dude named Ben Kenobi. Later, R2-D2 takes off knowing that he has to fulfill the mission. Luke and C-3PO wake up early the next morning to go and track down R2-D2. Along the way, they are attacked by sand people. Ben Kenobi shows up and is able to save Luke and the droids. They accompany Ben back to his home. This is where Ben tells him of his Jedi past. We learn about Luke's father, who had fought alongside Obi-Wan during the Clone Wars, but met his fate at the hand of Darth Vader. It is decided that after hearing the message from Leia, that they must go fight the Galactic Empire and save her once and for all. Obi-Wan offers to train Luke. Despite Luke wanting to leave Tatooine as soon as possible, he has to stay to help the family. We return back to Luke's home to find that the stormtroopers had paid his home a visit and murdered his uncle and his aunt. Not having a choice, Luke, R2-D2, and C-3PO join Obi-Wan Kenobi on his trip to Alderaan. They must first get off Tatooine. They begin their search at the local cantina. Eventually, they hire Han Solo and Chewbacca to fly them to Alderaan. With the Galactic Empire hot on their heels, they are able to make it to the Millennium Falcon and board the ship and make their way off the planet. Darth Vader and Grand Moff try to harass Princess Leia. They try and bully her into giving up the location of the Rebel base. She tries to lie, but they call her bullshit and destroy Alderaan right in front of her, as they now set a time for Princess Leia to be executed. While on their way to the now destroyed planet, Ben feels through the Force that something grave has occurred. They soon arrive on the scene but discover the horrible news. They are found by the Galactic Empire and are captured by its tractor. Our heroes are able to get past the initial wave of stormtroopers. They split up. Obi-Wan is looking to destroy the tractor beam, while Luke, Hans, and Chewbacca go to save Princess Leia. They're able to blast their way in for this galactic rescue mission, dressed up as stormtroopers. In a panic, the four of them are almost killed in a trash compactor. But luckily, R2-D2 and C-3PO are able to save them. It's pretty awesome seeing Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, and Han Solo all being on the screen together for the very first time. Vader feels the presence of Obi-Wan Kenobi. He knew that one day they would cross paths again. Luke, Leia, Hans, and Chewbacca are almost back to the Millennium Falcon, but are forced into another battle with the Stormtroopers. Obi-Wan is able to lower the tractor beams. We soon see Obi-Wan face off with Darth Vader. It's a battle to the death, as unfortunately for Obi-Wan Kenobi, his time has come to an end, at least his physical form, that is. They are able to escape thanks to the help of Obi-Wan Kenobi. The battle isn't over yet, as the Galactic Force tracks them down. Luckily, with the skills of Han Solo and Luke Skywalker, they best the Galactic Empire. They finally are able to make it back to the Rebel base. Upon the initial look over the Death Star plans, it is discovered that there is a weakness in the exhaust port that leads to the station's reactor. We think it's over for Han Solo with the Rebel Alliance, as he has to go back to Jabba after his interaction with him earlier in the film. Luke Skywalker is now an official member of the Rebel X-Wing Squadron. They prepare for battle and are on their way to fight the Death Star. Darth Vader takes it upon himself to lead the charge against the rebels. It's back and forth between the two groups. It appears though that the Galactic Empire is gaining ground. We think it's all over, but all of a sudden Han Solo shows up and takes out Darth Vader and his boys. Luke, with the help of Obi-Wan Kenobi, uses the Force and takes his shot and blows up the Death Star. They return home heroes and are awarded medals, and everybody in the movie theater is sent away happy. Star Wars A New Hope is what started it all, ladies and gentlemen. If George Lucas had not gotten greedy and gone straight for the money bag, this movie, in my opinion, could have been one hell of a standalone film. The way the movie ends, there's no need for The Empire Strikes Back. They blew up the Death Star. The Galactic Empire was dead. While you knew that Darth Vader was still out there, you know, at least at the time, he was not going to be strong enough to make the comeback. That all being said, this is the quintessential Star Wars movie. Before I watched this film for the show, I would have said easily Empire Strikes Back is the best of them all. While Empire Strikes Back might be the best sequel ever, I think A New Hope takes the cake as the GOAT of the series. Now use the Force and like this damn video and leave us a comment. Until next time, I'll see you at the video store.